Hello, my dear students. How are you? Hope you are fine. My dear students, this is Enamul Hoq. Welcome you to today's presentation. Today, I would like to conduct another class on modifiers. You know, in the last class, I talked about modifiers with you. This is phase 2 for you, the students of 11 and 12 classes, and also for those who will take part in 2021 HSC examination. Okay, dear students, let us proceed to the business of the day. I have given here some sentences. Please look at the sentences. Let's talk about the speech given by Bangabandhu on March 7, 1971. Many people became part of the Great 7 March speech by Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He delivered his speech gorgeously and very spontaneously that day. Dear students, look at the words marked in red. The, see, modifies the noun speech. This is a determiner. Given, it is the past participle. It modifies the noun speech many. It's a quantifier. It modifies the noun people. Great is an adjective of quality. It modifies the noun speech. March is noun adjective, modifies the noun speech. His is a possessive adjective. It modifies the noun speech. Gorgeously is an adverb. It modifies the verb delivered. Very is an intensifier. It modifies the adverb spontaneously. Spontaneously is an adverb. It modifies the verb delivered. That is a demonstrative adjective and it modifies the noun day. So dear students, you see the words in red ink have different names. We call them determiner, past participle adjective, quantifier, adjective of quality, noun adjective, possessive adjective, adverb, intensifier, adverb, and demonstrative. So you know it has got different name, and these words modifies other words like noun, adjective, verb, adverb. Okay, now let us proceed. Keep remembering the words, the name I pronounce, determiner, adjective, quantifier, adjective of quality, etc. Now let us look at the list of determiners. You see these words are called determiners. Articles are there. DAN, demonstrative adjective, this, that, this, those, possessive, mine, his, her, your, their, our, its, Alice, etc. Numerals 2, 3, 4, first, second, third, etc. Quantifiers all, both, some, any, no, every, each, either, neither, few, little, many, much, enough, a lot of, lots of, etc. are quantifier. All these words are determinants. So we have a short list of determinants here. All these determinants are used as modifier. So this is a list of determinants which functions as modifiers in sentences. Keep them in mind. Now let us proceed. The next slide. Look at the sentences with determinants. I have used some determinants here in these sentences. You see, first one, I bought some good quality mangoes. Here, some is a quantifier. It denotes quantity. All the animals are from America. All is a quantifier here. A boy came here to meet you. Is an article. Two friends went through the jungle. Two is a numeral here. Show the number. The glass contains the glass contains little water. Little is a quantifier. The load was on my head. My is a possessive adjective. This is Raihan's pen. Raihan's is also a possessive. I know that boy. That is a demonstrative. He was the first boy of the class. First is a numeral. So look at the use of determinants in these sentences. Now let us proceed. Use of past participles as modifier. We can use past participle, I mean V3 as modifiers. Look at the word in red ink: done, given, finished, known, written, managed, participated. We can make your list long, adding this kind of past participle. I mean V3, verb form 3, past participle form of the verbs. You can use them as a modifier. So look at the examples. I'm not satisfied with the services done by them. Look at the use of the word done. This modifies the noun service. The proposal given in the meeting was accepted unanimously. Look at given, it modifies the noun proposal. They didn't go through the article written on sound pollution. Written is a past participle and it modifies the noun article. So done, given, and written are past participles. They modify the preceding noun just before them. Service, proposal, and article. You can make a long list of past participles. Remember, you have to use this kind of word in place of adjective which pre-modify or post-modify the nouns. And also learn to form these words from verbs. So we form past participle from verb and we call it V3. So you can make hundreds of past participle from verb and you can use them in place of adjective to modify the noun. So past participle can be used as modifier. Now let us proceed. Use of present participles as modifier. Present participle, you see, we form present participle adding ing with the base form of the verb. First look at the example. The baby sleeping on the cot is healthy. Sleeping, you see, sleep and then ing. So verb plus ing. Sleeping modifies the noun baby. The man walking along the road is old. Walking modifies the noun man. I heard the baby crying. Crying modifies the noun baby. These three you see are present participle and they function like an adjective in the sentence. Then number 4, coming home, he took some rest. Coming is not an adjective here, it's a participle, but it functions like non-finite verb. The man passed away last night, leaving all. Leaving is a non-finite present participle. So coming and leaving are present participle, and they are used here as non-finite. The words sleeping, walking, crying, coming, leaving are present participle. We add ing to base form of verb to make present participle. Sleeping, walking, crying function like adjectives. They modify the nouns baby, man, and baby in sentence 1, 2, and 3. Coming, leaving function as non-finite. They are used here as non-finite in sentence 4 and 5. Okay, dear student, have you got the point? So these present participles, verb plus ing, can also be used as modifier in sentences. The next use of quality adjectives is modifier. Quality adjective, adjective of quality. Look at the adjective: good, bad, honest, great, dangerous, beautiful, real, punctual. These are some adjectives. You can write hundreds and thousands of adjectives in your list. So let us see the use of adjective in sentences. Number 1, this is a good attempt. So good is an adjective, it modifies the noun attempt. Try to avoid bad people. Bad is an adjective, it qualifies the noun people. Honest man requires a respect everywhere. You see, honest is an adjective, it modifies the noun man. Is a man of great heart. Great is an adjective, it qualifies the noun heart. All wild animals are not dangerous. Wild is an adjective, it modifies the noun animals. So dear student, here good, bad, honest, great, wild are adjectives of quality. They qualify the nouns attempt, people, man, heart, animals. There are thousands of quality adjectives, either positive or negative. Making a list of them is almost impossible. So know the meanings of these adjectives and learn to use them in place of adjectives. Quality adjectives are used as modifier. So we can use adjectives, all kinds of adjectives as modifier. Here I mentioned the quality adjective. Now let us proceed to another slide. Use of noun adjectives as modifier. Noun adjective. Here we will use a noun in place of adjective. Look at the sentences. This is a race horse. You look at the word race, it's a noun. Horse is a noun, but we call the first noun here an adjective. So as it is a noun and it functions here like an adjective, we call it noun adjective. So race horse, race is a noun adjective. Our game t-shirt organized the events last Friday. Game is another noun and we call it adjective here. I bought a nice leather bag. Leather is a noun and an adjective here. Mr. Brown gave his wife a beautiful diamond ring. Diamond is a noun and it is used as adjective. Your wristwatch is very nice. Wrist a noun, you see, but it modifies the watch, so it is an adjective here. Saqib Al Hassan is a wonderful cricket player. Cricket is a noun, but it is used here as an adjective. So dear students, here in the sentences, race, game, leather, diamond, wrist, and cricket are noun adjectives. They are used here to describe other nouns: horse, t-shirt, bag, ring, watch, player. So double noun are used here in the sentences. The first noun is called adjective. So we call it noun adjectives. Then let us go ahead. Use of intensifiers as modifier. You see, intensifiers are those words that enhances the meaning of adjective and adverb. Uh, Intensifiers are adverbs or adverbial phrases that strengthen the meaning of other expressions and show emphasis. Words that we commonly use as intensifiers include absolutely, completely, extremely, highly, rather, really, so, to, totally, utterly, very, quite, and at all, etc. These are called intensifier. Let us look at the example. She was so upset. Look at the use of the word so. She was so upset. Upset is an adjective, you see. So, intensify the meaning of the word upset. So it modifies an adjective. So is here intensifier. This is highly productive. Highly, you see, modifies the adjective productive. You are absolutely right. Absolutely modifies the adjective right. Boy is very fast. Very is an intensifier. It modifies the adjective fast. Runs quite fast. Quite is an intensifier. It modifies the adjective fast. So these are example of intensifier. Usually we use qualifier for an adjective. When we call about an adjective, we use the word qualifier and modifier for an adverb. They add more information to the adjectives and adverbs respectively. Dear students, let us proceed. Use of demonstratives as modifier. Demonstrative. We have got 4 demonstrative in English grammar here. These, that, these, and those. These four are demonstrative adjective. Let us look at the example. This book is very interesting. If you look at the use of this, just in front of book. So this qualifies the book, demonstrate the book. I don't want that book, that demonstrate the book. These mangoes are tasty. This here is a demonstrative. We will invite those men. Those is a demonstrative. So demonstrative adjectives are special adjectives or determinants used to identify or express the relative position of a noun in time or space. A demonstrative adjective comes before all other adjectives in the noun phrase. So it just precedes the noun. So these are some common adjectives: these, that, these, and those. We use this demonstrative as modifier in sentences. Now let us proceed. Look at the list of some adverbs here. We have got thousands of adverbs in English language. First, look at the adverb with ly: slowly, beautifully, nicely, quickly, possibly, happily, smartly, angrily. Dear students, can you remember adjective? Yes, adjective is a word that qualifies a noun or pronoun. But adverb is a word that modifies verbs, adjective, and also another adverb. They also refers to time, place, etc. You know that, you know this, you have learned these things in your school classes. So let us remember some point. Uh, we add ly to most adjectives to form adverbs. See, slow, slowly, ly, beautiful, beautifully, ly. So we use ly to form adverbs. So you can uh, form thousands of adjectives adding ly with, so you can form thousands of adverbs adding ly with adjective. Sometimes we add ily to adjectives ended in y. We also can add ily with the adjectives that ended in y. For example, angry is an adjective, angry, ry. You can make it adverb using ily, angrily. The other adverbs without ly or ily include. So you have got 2 points. You can add ly or ily to form adverb from adjective, but there are some adjectives that does not have that do not have ly or ily. Um, Now look at the list. Fast, hard, very, quite, well, here, there, yesterday, tomorrow, today, always, often, every day, once, twice. So you can read the list. This is the list of adverb that we write in sentences in place of, in position of adverb, and they are not formed. They are not formed from adjective. You see, they are individual adverbs. So this is a list, and another list you can make a long list of adjective using ly and ily. Okay, my dear students, this is a list of adverbs. Now let us look at some examples using adverbs. This little girl dances artistically. Artistically is an adverb here. The man is very fat. Very is another adverb. Slowly the queen came down. Slowly is an adverb. Down is an adverb here. Unfortunately, he did bad in the test. Unfortunately is an adverb. The says above is easy to understand. Above is an adverb here. The man there is eating a banana. There is an adverb. He came here yesterday. Here and yesterday are adverbs here. He said so very angrily. Very and angrily are adverbs here in the sentences. So all these adverbs you see can be used as modifier. These adverbs can modify some verb, adjective or adverb, and they can show time, place, etc. Now let us proceed. Use of appositives as modifier. You say appositive. Appositive gives extra information to the noun or pronoun. Let us look at the example. Mr. Raihan, an engineer, is supervising the construction works. You see, Mr. Raihan, an engineer, the same person. An engineer is giving more information about Mr. Raihan. So an engineer is an appositive. Once Dhaka University was called the Oxford of the East. The Oxford of the East is equivalent to Dhaka Universities. I visited Rangamati. What is Rangamati? The Queen of Nature 3 times. So Rangamati and the Queen of Nature is synonymous here. These are called appositive. Here, an engineer, the Oxford of the East, the Queen of Nature are appositives. They give extra information about the nouns. Mr. Raihan, Dhaka University, and randomly. We can use accusative as modifiers. Now, use of prepositional phrase as modifiers. We can use some prepositional phrase in place of modifier. You can modify in the noun. Look at the example. The books on the table belong to me. Books, which books? On the table. On the table is a phrase you see. A preposition is here, and two other words. Noun, article is there on the phrase. In total, on the table in total is a phrase. We call it prepositional phrase because it is formed with a preposition. The cat under the table is sleeping. Under the table is a prepositional phrase. Kamal is a man of regular habits. Of regular habits is a prepositional phrase. Here on the table, under the table of regular habits are prepositional phrases. They are formed with preposition plus noun or noun with modifier. They modify the nouns or give more information about the nouns preceding. So you can use prepositional phrase as modifier. Here this phrase on the table, under the table of regular habits respectively modifies the books, cat and man. Now let us see what we have next. Use of infinitive as modifier. You can use infinitive or infinitive phrases as modifier. Look at the example. I honestly desired to see her once. To see is a modifier here, an infinitive. It modifies the verb desire. She was unable to cope with the new situation. To cope is an infinitive. It modifies the adjective unable. His mission to help the helpless was praiseworthy. To help is an infinitive. It modifies the noun mission. So in these sentences, to see, to cope, to help are infinitives. They modify the verb desire, the adjective unable, and they modify the verb desire, the adjective unable, and the noun mission respectively. We also can use infinitive phrase to modify the noun or verb or adjective. For example, to cope with the new situation, you see, is an infinitive phrase. To cope is an infinitive, but to cope with the new situation is an infinitive phrase. So you can use either infinitive or infinitive phrase to modify the word preceding. So remember, while practicing, you can get only simple infinitive or infinitive phrase in your exam. So keep it in mind to use infinitive or infinitive phrases. Now let us go ahead. Use of clause as modifier. You know the definition of clause here in the words in writing. Came here yesterday is a clause. You see, the man who came here yesterday is my father. So came here yesterday is a clause. It is giving extra information about the noun man. Do you know the building which collapsed last night? Which collapsed last night is a clause, adjective clause. It modifies the noun building. Who is the student that gave you the wrong information? That gave you the wrong information is a clause. You see, modifies the noun student. He who loves his country is a patriot. Who he loves his country is a clause, and it modifies the pronoun he. So here the clauses marked in red modify the antecedents, noun or pronoun, man, building, student, and he. We can use Adjective clauses as modifier in sentences. Okay, dear students, we have talked a lot about modifiers. You can use adjective, adverbs, adjective clauses, infinitives, determinants, etc. as modifiers. So you have to have the knowledge about them. Um, uh, my dear students, I am almost at the end of today's class. I'd like to prescribe homework for you. You have to use these modifiers, pre-modifier or post-modifier. We talked about what pre-modifiers and what post-modifier is in the last class. Today I have given you more details about how to identify modifiers. So I'd like to prescribe a homework. Here is a passage. You have to complete the text using post or pre-modifiers. So write down the homework on your script and complete it at home and submit it to me while the classes be open. Okay, let us call it a day today. Thank you very much. Please stay home, stay safe, and wear masks while going out.